Tesla is making some huge changes in 2023 that you need to know about right now. They're working on a totally brand new redesigned Model 3 that should be hitting the road sometime soon. Some absolutely massive software updates with lots and lots of new features that'll totally change the way you use your Tesla. The Cybertruck should hopefully finally be hitting the road, hopefully fingers crossed. And some bad news is about to become a big deal for basically all Tesla owners around the world that unfortunately you need to know about right now. So let's talk about Tesla's plans for the new year of 2023. Let me tell you about all the new products coming out for them, the new cars, the new designs, the new features that should be rolling out to all Teslas. I'll go over all the software updates, everything we know, including some cool new features that should be coming sooner than later. I have the latest status of the Cybertruck, and like I mentioned, some bad news that's going to affect all Tesla owners really majorly in 2023. Let me tell you everything you need to know, the good and the bad of Tesla in 2023. And a big thanks to the Terry iOS app for sponsoring this video. Stay tuned to learn more about how you can totally customize and transform your Tesla experience by using this incredible iOS and Apple Watch app for yourself today. So to kick things off, let's start with some of the obvious stuff first to sort of get that out of the way. Obviously, one of the big stories of 2023 is that this is supposed to be the year, finally, officially, fingers crossed, that Tesla begins production of the Cybertruck. Giga Texas is getting prepared as we speak. The tools are getting set into place. The casting even seems to be set on the latest revision of Cybertruck as well. And it seems like this year, if everything goes according to plan, we should see Cybertruck production begin and start to see these hit the road, at least in a limited quantity, before the end of the year. This may also be the year that we see Tesla switch more of its lineup to the 4680 battery cell technology, and also change their lineup and sort of their current configuration offerings for what you can buy. For example, for the last several months, you have had no option to do a custom order of the long-range Model 3, at least here in North America, one of the most obviously popular cars on the road. But hopefully with the new year and the slower demand, that car will once again be available for custom order so you can sort of configure it to your heart's content. It also should be a similar story for the standard range Model Y. This is the new cheaper Model Y that has a dual motor offering, a little bit less range, that has been available in existing inventory for a while, if you're lucky enough to find it, but hopefully again with the new year, this will be on the board for configuration as well. So when you go to order a Model Y, you can spec this one sort of from the beginning, a standard range model, and get all the colors and wheel options you want, but also save yourself a couple of $1,000s in the process, ordering this right from the Tesla website super easily. And this sort of leads us nicely into some of the juicy news of Tesla in 2023, and that is going to be some brand new models that Tesla is working on right now. Specifically, sort of the big story here is the all-new refreshed Model 3. According now to multiple reports, Tesla has been working for a few years now at this point on a new refreshed Model 3 that, according to recent filings and a report from Reuters, we're set to see begin production and be released sometime in the sort of Q2, Q3 of the upcoming 2023 year. And really why this is big news is that this car is set to have some pretty big changes that come with it, both on the outside and on the inside and sort of under the hood, so to speak. Starting first with the outside, rumors say that we should be seeing some sort of design change to this new Model 3. Maybe that's a change to the front end and the back end, or maybe a combination of the two. And sort of under the hood, we should be seeing some upgrades as well, namely some upgraded cameras around the car that should be higher resolution, basically give you better full self-driving operations, better autopilot, better Sentry mode recording, all that should be good. We also heard that Tesla could be putting in a new hardware 4 computer system for better sort of full self-driving there as well from the computational level. We should be seeing some new HD radar systems, and all that seems to be good news. But some bad news, if you're curious, no, as of right now, Tesla is not expected to bring back ultrasonic sensors to their car, so it's going to be vision system only as of now. But we should be seeing some design changes on the outside, and hopefully some under the hood improvements on these cars too. And of course, one of the other big questions of Teslas in 2023, including this new Model 3, is going to be the color options available. Tesla just released, to the fanfare of many, this new Quicksilver and Midnight Cherry in select markets around the world that currently are not in most regions, including us here in North America. And the big question is, when could we see these new colors sort of roll out more internationally around the globe? To that end, we don't have a specific answer just yet, though Elon did reply yes to bringing more colors to North America and around the world. And as to what those colors could be, we don't know. Tesla could just sort of roll out the two new colors they just just sort of introduced around the world internationally. That'd be great. It also seems like Tesla might be working on some new colors as well. There was an Abyss Blue rumored for a while, so that might be making its appearance. And then it seems like slowly but surely, Tesla is upgrading its paint shop capabilities around the world to hopefully not only sort of bring us these new colors, but also even more as well. So we will get back to more of Tesla's big 2023 plans in just a moment. But first, I want to take a quick break and show you guys an amazing app that you need to have if you own a Tesla and if you own an iPhone, which is most of you guys watching this video. If you want an app that gives you full control of your Tesla, and also an app that gives you full control of your Tesla through the Apple Watch on your wrist and even voice commands through Siri, then you need to check out an amazing app that is also the sponsor of this video, one of my favorites, and that, of course, is Terry. Now, if you haven't heard of Terry before, let me show you this super sleek, amazing iOS app that makes it incredibly easy to control all aspects of your Tesla right at a glance, right on your phone, right on your watch, or even through just the power of your voice and speaking to Siri. And you can make quick changes to your Tesla with just one tap. It's sleek, it's simple, it's really well designed. This thing just works absolutely beautifully. And in addition to all the amazing controls, Terry also has tons of other capabilities built in as well. Like you can see a really cool, sleek power report. You can look at charging and efficiency logs. And also you've got full customization here to use Terry to control your Tesla with the help of Siri shortcuts. And like I mentioned as well, that companion Apple Watch app too. And again, not only can you use Terry on the Apple Watch to open your frunk, open your trunk, basically control all aspects of your car, but what's so cool about this is that if you have an LTE Apple Watch, this is your key. This is all you need. And like I just mentioned, one of my other favorite features here is full Siri shortcut support built right into Terry. This gives you an amazing amount of control and customization. You can use voice commands, you can use NFC tags, and so much more. And the best part as well is that you can just use Siri voice controls and voice commands to control your car hands-free. So maybe you're walking up to your car, you've got a handful of stuff, and just say, hey Siri, open my frunk or open my trunk. It'll do it basically just through the power of your voice, through the magic and power of Terry and Siri shortcuts that you having to do anything. This hands-free control is really awesome, and it can only be done thanks to the power of Terry and Siri shortcuts right on your iPhone or even on your Apple Watch too. Terry is one of my favorite iOS apps of all time. The level of customization and control you get is awesome, and if you own an iPhone and you want to take full control of your Tesla, you need this. And again, especially if you have an Apple Watch on your wrist, Terry gives you basically superpowers on your wrist, and is all you need to take full control of your Tesla. If you want to learn more about Terry, check it out for yourself today and get started for free. Hit the link right down below to learn more. And a little special here, if you use my special promo code Robert, you can unlock all the premium features of Terry for an entire year for just $20 for a limited time. So learn more, check out all the details in the link down below, and also get started with Terry and check it out for yourself today. Supercharge your Tesla experience with Terry and this amazing app for your iPhone and Apple Watch by hitting the link right down below to learn more and get started for yourself today. And getting back specifically to this new Model 3, on the inside, reports say that we should be seeing some big changes to the infotainment system, maybe even a bigger display there to replace the 15-inch screen right now, or maybe even a second display that would be sort of like the Model S and Model X, so you'd have a screen right in front of you, sort of right in front of the steering wheel, or more likely as of right now, maybe that second screen refers to a rear display that you'd have in the back, also like the Model S and Model X, but now sort of down the line in these more affordable Tesla models. I've also got some good news and some bad news on the steering wheel. Tesla is not expected to bring the yoke from the Model S or Model X to the Model 3 and Model Y, so maybe some good news there. But also, we are expecting to see some changes to the steering wheel that would remove sort of the stalks. Those would be removed, and Tesla would be moving those controls to touch-sensitive buttons on the wheel. So things like initiating autopilot, making a turn signal to go left or right, even things like the horn and things like wipers would be touch-sensitive buttons on the wheel. In fact, it seems like what Tesla might do is bring the Tesla Semi wheel that basically is what the rumors have suggested, basically this standard wheel with touch-sensitive controls, and bring that to the Model 3 as the new refreshed wheel, removing the stalks. This has been a rumor at this point, no concrete evidence to suggest this just yet, but the fact that Tesla did it on the Semi means that it wouldn't be all that crazy to think they'd also do it on the 3 and possibly the Y as those refreshes happen in the new year. Next up, let's talk discounts, incentives, and tax credits. So Tesla was running a really sweet $7,500 discount for all deliveries by the 31st of December. So if you're watching this in 2023, that discount is now over, but you're not out of luck just yet. Starting in March, we should see the federal EV tax incentives start to roll out. Those would be $7,500 as well if you qualify, so be on the lookout for that. And there has been sort of a general theory or a general rumor that as these EV tax incentives roll out and as Tesla tries to get their cars to meet the eligibility requirements, that they might do some general, more permanent discounts to the lineup, specifically on the Model 3 and Model Y. Now, what these amounts could be, we don't know as of right now, but it's sort of been suggested that Tesla might lower the price of their cars a bit to help them better fall under the MSRP cap that is put in place by these new federal tax incentives. So we might be seeing some more permanent sort of price decreases, some discounts coming soon. And again, the EV tax incentives won't be kicking into effect until March of this year. So nothing for January and February, so sort of keep that in the back of your mind. But hopefully we see some pricing adjustments, hopefully going down and not up, sort of in Q1, Q2 of 2023. Now, I did a whole lot of talking on the new Model 3, and many of you might be asking, well, what's going on with the Model Y since these cars share so much of the same DNA? Well, as of right now, we've heard no significant news on any kind of Model Y refresh. Basically, the Model Y is relatively newer than the Model 3 by a couple of years, and although they share a lot of the same DNA, they still have some big differences. And it seems like as of right now, Tesla is focusing on the production of Model Ys and specifically the production of the new lower-end dual-motor 4680 standard range Model Y and not so much the cosmetics. I'd assume that big changes like new cameras around the car, HD radar, hardware 4, those would make their way under the hood, so to speak, to the Model Y. But in terms of big design changes or new colors or cosmetic differences, we're going to assume, sort of logically speaking, that the Model Y will get those new changes, but we're not sure when. Maybe just this year the Model 3 gets all the big changes and the Model Y gets them in 2024. But with Tesla working on so many things with the Semi and with their Cybertruck production and all that, it's not so crazy to think that maybe the Model Y will get those things, but just not yet. So if you want the latest and greatest, you might want to go Model 3, while the Model Y, again, will probably get these features. We have no evidence or rumors to suggest that's going to be at the same time as the 3 or even anytime this year. It's just, again, something to sort of keep in mind. All right, next up, let's talk software updates. We just got, obviously, the holiday update. We got a lot of new features with that update. And the big question always is, what could be coming next? Well, one of the features that was rumored to come with the holiday update that didn't make it just yet was some sort of support for Dolby Atmos or spatial aware audio, basically 3D audio that should be coming to the car. This is one that seems like it's happening. It just wasn't ready in time just yet. So if you do want a more immersive audio experience, especially now with Apple Music and Steam and stuff like that, that should be coming, hopefully in an update coming soon. And then in terms of other features, we really don't know as of right now. One of the long-standing rumors of 2020, 2021, of course even 2022, was that Tesla was working on an official app store. Now that we have Apple Music and MyQ and other things, there has been a lot of reports that Tesla is working on an official app store to bring even more apps to your Tesla. We've seen code to suggest this is happening. We've seen a lot of discussions that Tesla's working behind the scenes on this, and it does seem likely and does seem to make sense, but we don't know when it's going to happen. So maybe 2023 is the year of a Tesla app store. I'd love to see that, but as of right now, we have no concrete evidence on that. Basically, what we know right now is software updates are coming, but a little too early to tell exactly what new features could be coming in those software updates as of right now. And then, of course, last but not least, I should share some bad news with you all, and that is that Tesla is going to continue to open up their supercharger network in the new year. As they add more new supercharger networks, which is great to see, they're going to continue to open it up to non-Tesla EVs. Basically, Tesla is on a mission to sort of accelerate the move to EVs and sort of cleaner energy and stuff like that. But what that means is that one of the biggest perks of the Tesla ecosystem, basically the supercharger network, sort of your exclusive access to it, is coming to an end even more in the new year as Tesla opens up more stations and continues to sort of retrofit current stations to allow for more third-party EVs. So just sort of keep in mind that you're going to have more congestion, more frustration, and more crowds at superchargers around the world as Tesla makes this move. It's sort of a catch-22, sort of nice to see Tesla play nice with other EVs, but obviously, again, as Tesla owners, we're missing out on one of the big perks of owning a Tesla, and that is sort of the supercharger network. So just something to keep in mind as you sort of take more road trips in the new year. Might having to be waiting longer and might have to be dealing with some newcomers and some good and bad scenarios at your local supercharger. at your local supercharger due to the continued opening of the network. So I'm curious, guys, what are your thoughts on Tesla's plans for 2023? And even more specifically, what do you want to see from Tesla in 2023? Do you want to see some price discounts? Do you want to see some new models, new colors, new features, the return of ultrasonic sensors? What would you want to see from Tesla in 2023? What are your predictions? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, I appreciate you guys watching these videos. Thank you so much. I am Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you all in the next one.